am recording. All right, so guys, welcome to XCC. I don't know. I know a couple of you have been in here for a while. Some are new to the group. We're a private inside investor group. If you look at our user list, we're a lot of people like yourselves who have been part of previous projects. A lot of us run call channels or have a different influencer network, or just look for projects that you could kind of hold for longer than your typical 24 to 48 hours in the BSC. We look for stuff with a real vision, and we signal it from there. So welcome. Our AMAs are very clear, concise, straightforward, and to the point. We start off, I guess, tell us a little bit about yourselves, your team, and then I'll get into some questions regarding the inspiration behind the project, some other questions, then we'll open it up to the community. How does that sound?
Sounds fantastic. Hi, thank you for. Oh, there's a feedback there. Okay.
Yeah, still the feedback.
Okay. Hi, I'm Don from Raceway X. I'm the CEO of Raceway X, and I have with me today the CTO, Pete, of Raceway X token. And it's good to be here, guys. A little bit about myself. What do you call it? A project manager, so to say, and I've been in the space for about 3 years. And my Raceway X game actually comprises of 6 experts. We have a game developer, we have a Solidity developer, and we have strong CMO influence also. So I think that's a little bit about the team. I don't know if you want to go ahead and ask me other questions. Yeah, okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I don't know if I heard you. So how many people do you have on the team?
Yeah, we have 6 people being the core team.
All right, great. Are there any projects worth noting that you have all been involved with prior to Raceway X, or is this your first foray into DeFi or GameFi or anything?
Well, a couple of team members have been engaged in a couple of projects. We have folks that were part of World Finance. Also, we have folks that, for example, the CTO is one of the ambassadors of IoTech project, the new blockchain. And we've been in, myself, I think I worked with Official Token, and we've been in the system for a while now, and we've worked with projects, but not as colleagues, let me put so to say. So yeah, that's it.
Cool. So I got a little bit of it from for to lower your speakers, but okay. I have your website pulled up right now. I mean, as always, if there's anything you ever want to share from your screen to show us specifically that I'm missing as I go through, just feel free. But let me ask you, so I guess the inspiration behind the project. So what are you, I guess, since you're entering this foray, you kind of had some experience with other ones that came prior to it. I mean, with the hurdles they might have had, or any place you think they might have kind of left on the table. So I guess, what was your inspiration behind this project, and what are you looking to achieve?
Oh, sure. The inspiration was the lack of NFTs with utility, with real utility. So, we had more JPEGs, PNGs with hypes, and people get to buy in and they get wrecked at the end of the day. So what motivated the whole project was to create an NFT that has utility, and as well as a real token that has utility alongside with it. So that was what motivated us. And the mission or the core objective is to, one, bridge the gap between traditional gamers and Web3, introduce them to, introduce Web3 gaming in form of NFTs to traditional gamers. I think there's this disconnect with them. And also, we want to have, to break the barrier between the entry-level barrier into GameFi, to break that for other audience as well. I think those are the 2 major objectives that we have for Raceway X.
Excellent. So I guess let's just talk about, before we get into kind of the meat and potatoes of the actual project, because I know you've got a lot involved. You've got the interactive community, you have the farming, staking, the token, which supports the in-game economy, as well as, of course, kind of what you just mentioned, the NFTs and their sheer utility. But before we get into that, I guess let's just talk about the token itself. So when was there a private sale? And if so, what was the hard cap and soft cap on that?
No, not yet. The private sale will soon be out. We actually stopped it because of the market sentiment, because it's really very So we had that. Once the market's a little bit stable, we will roll out the date and have that announced to the community.
All right, cool. So we're early. And then in terms of what numbers you're. By the way, thank you for kind of reconsidering everything in the bear market like this. I think the right projects do that. But do you have any numbers that you're considering at this point, or that's all kind of to be announced?
We have starting numbers. We're planning to raise about the soft cap will be around 30,000, and the large cap will be 70,000 for the private sale. Actually, so it's little and exclusive.
USD, right?
USD, yeah.
Okay. All right, great, perfect. All right. So now that we have that much, so let's talk about kind of what will be ready at the point of your launch, and then where you kind of see it 30, 60, and 90 days from that launch. So at launch of the entire project itself, in terms of the interactive P2E, the farming and staking, the token, and the NFT, what should the investors expect at launch?
At launch, the game will be fully ready. We already have the beta version, the alpha version out there. So at launch, we'll have the full game ready, and a week after, we'll have the NFT drops. We just wanted to have reasonable space between the token launch and the NFTs. Although we have them ready, good to go, but we just have to have that buffer for ourselves. And also within the next 60 days, we'll roll out our mobile apps. So the games will be available on mobile apps, which we'll use to target traditional gamers, through game distribution channels. And yeah, that's it. So we're fully ready. We'll have utility and working products ready, ready once we launch our governance token.
All right, cool. So now that we're here, I guess you want to walk us through the tokenomics that you have. Is this all the tokenomics for when you launch? Is that definitive, or is this subject to change?
It's definitive. It's final. If you click on read more here, it takes you to the larger part. So it takes you to the white paper where you see the breakdown. Right? So you get to see the seed, the private round, the public round, the play to earn, each percentage. And yeah, you get to see the whole breakdown, and it's standard, it's solid now.
I had the chance to kind of filter through this white paper. It's very in depth. So that kind of brings me to what I want to ask is how long has this project been in development? Because it looks like you got a lot ready so far.
Yeah.
Definitely, this is something you could have put together in a week or so. So I guess walk us through the entire process of how long it took you to get right here, because you got a lot.
It's been almost 8 months now. Even let's say 8 months, give or take, that we've started. So we started with the initial initial designs. We ran it through different polls just to get to the state that we have right now. And also we were trying to have advisors on board. It's been a long journey though. So it's not something that we just whipped up in 1 week. It's been hard work for months, so to say. And if you could go to beta, if you go up and you click on that one, if you click on it, it kind of loads the beta version. But since you don't have NFTs, it will not play. What you say is it's been. Yeah, go ahead.
So will I be? So is this where I'm going to be stuck, or should? Because just so you know, I use Edge, which is kind of a pleb browser. So if this does not load,
at your first.
Here we go. So what do I got to do?
You can connect, but you don't have the NFT. We only have it on testnet, and it's a long process to get you one right now. So maybe we should go to alpha.raciox.com. Just change the beta to alpha. So you get to see the one that you don't need NFTs to play.
There's some volume. So
yeah,
hold on, you gotta say that over again. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello? Yeah, there's volume on the screen, so it let me. I had to mute it. So now, so connect wallet.
But
should I connect my wallet?
I won't advise you to do that because you won't be able to play it either way because you don't have NFT. But once you connect your wallet, it's going to tell you that you have to buy NFT to play the game. So,
got you. But let me ask you, while I have you on here, are you all set up to play the game? Would you be able to possibly demo it from sharing your screen, or are you not?
Sure. I can have that.
Set up.
Sure. Why not? I can.
That would be excellent. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Share your screen. I will stop sharing mine so we can open up some bandwidth. And yeah, I'd love to see some gameplay or kind of have you walk us through what the experience should look like for the investor, once you guys are ready to go.
Sure. Okay, let me just try to share my screen now. Okay. All right. Can you all see my screen? So
yeah,
cool. I'm going to walk you through the alpha before I do the beta version. So we're going to connect this with.
You have to mute that. You have to mute that. Hit the mute button in the lower left.
Yeah, right. We don't have the mute volume here. So let me just see if I can do something with it. I'll use a different browser that will make me.
Right click on the tab and go mute tab.
Okay, we don't have that in this version I'm playing with. You have that option.
I don't want to version. Hey, bud, your screen stopped sharing.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Let me just do one more thing. Let me try and share now.
Nope.
Okay. Can you see my screen now? Okay.
Yep, we got you.
All right. So, yeah. So what happened was we didn't have the mute version on this alpha version. So we made some changes with different versions. So I just want to show you what the gameplay looks like, because right now with this version, you're playing with AI, right? But the beta version, you have to select real game and you have to play with virtual. You have to play with other person. So let me just walk you through. So we have the marketplace where you see all NFTs where you can buy them using the governance token, right? So, and you have the filters. We have different rarity level for the cars. So, and this rarity level determines the racetrack that you can play on. So we have the garage where you see the cars that you own. All your NFTs. And there you can upgrade or buy gas or fuel for any race that you want to get into. And you have your stats as well. So these NFTs are smart NFTs that all these ranks also will be reflected on the NFT in the marketplace. And that will determine the value of the NFT when you want to sell it. So, and then we have the upgrade section. This is what it looks like. For upgrades, you must have reached a certain number of games. You must have played a certain number of games before you could upgrade. So it's incentivizing people to play the game and then level up, giving you that real life gameplay experience. And you have the race itself. This is, like I said, this is more of AI stuff. So I'll just show you what it looks like. And we can try that in beta version. But yeah, so here in beta version, we actually add icons there. So you have to select the strategy according to your race conditions. So this is a sunny weather. You change your engine strategy to fit this conditions. And also we have this prediction counter just to give you an idea of what the prediction for each level that you try to play. So let me say I play it on sleek, okay, optimal, and you confirm, it loads. This is what the gameplay looks like. You can go for pit stop. You see your cards here. You see other cars here. Right now, we're using dots. This is one view. Within the 90 days of launch, we'll have when we roll out the mobile version, we'll roll out the second view, which will contain the actual cars that are racing on the racetrack. And the camera view will change from this satellite view to a better view. Okay, so once the game is done, you get to see everything. This is just the position qualifying round, and you have the racetrack. It's simple as this. But on the beta version, hopefully I get. So we've changed some stuff in the better version. So I have this muted. Let me try and connect my wallet. Let's see. I'm going to sign in. So I don't have NFTs. It's not going to let me play. Let me try and see if I have another NFT. Okay. Okay. I don't. Oh, okay. Let me try and see if I can pull something up. Let me stop sharing it. Okay. So that's what it looks like. That's the feel that you get to see. Well, just hold on while I'm trying to get a better view for you. We just to see the changes that we have in the beta version compared to the alpha one that we had.
No problem.
Okay.
So are we going to get into the game or no? I mean, we saw a lot. I mean, you have a lot going on. It looks like you're doing everything a little bit differently. I do want to talk about how the actual token is affected by the gameplay, but we can get into that after, I guess. Did you plan on demoing or no?
Yeah, I just demoed how the gameplay looks like, right? Just a minute. I'm trying to pull up for the NFT side. Get to see what it looks like in beta version.
I've been in that before. We're like, oh well, let me just close this so I don't show my wallet. I've been there, bro, and I've met up big time before where I had to like delete a wallet because I showed myself on the fucking screen.
Okay. All right. So let me go back to sharing my screen. By the way, the race is still on the alpha scene, and this is what it looks like when you connect your NFT on the beta version, right? So I just have 3 cars here, right? And I can buy fuel, which is different. I have the mute button, which closes the annoying sound to some people. You have the wallet connection here. Yeah, go ahead. So, like I mentioned, for the race, somebody else has to be online before me to demo this. That means you have to like maybe connect your PC because try to organize a game. And once a player gets into the game, I can like join the race. So when I click on populated, I don't have any virtual room that's populated right now. So I can't play the game alone. At least 2 people should be available for you to play the game. And what we've done is we have virtual rooms that people can actually play, irrespective of how many people are online that time. And we have maximum of 5 per room. So yeah, that's it. I don't know if you have any other questions.
No, that's very cool. So I like this. So I kind of got to ask. So definitely, you're in a beta phase right now, but I kind of want to know for this entire process, like you said, you need somebody else to race. So I guess assuming everything's going to go, which it looks like it is, at the launch of the token, do you plan on kind of engaging your community to organize events and races to happen in real time in maybe in your Telegram or your Discord, just so you kind of have people racing when you know they're there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. We have that. We have everything in place. We have community events. We're going to roll out competitions and incentivize competitions, so to say. So we'll have this really rolling once we get launched.
I really like it. And in terms of the game itself, are we looking at a play-to-earn aspect integrated between the NFTs and the token?
Correct. There will be a play-to-earn, free-to-play play-to-earn. So the whole game consists of 7 racetracks. Right now we have 6 here. All the 6 will be you play, which is free, and you earn XP plus Raceway X token. And the 7th racetrack will be for custom play custom event. So you as an individual can come to that racetrack, organize a special race event for yourself. After you're done, you'll be able to select a racetrack. You select the race strategy that you want to play. You select race conditions and all sort. And also you put in a racetrack fee. So that racetrack fee will be like a pool distribution, whereby the first place will get maybe $20. You'll be playing with real money. Let me put it that way, but in Raceway X token. And once you're done with the custom race, you can share that link with your friends to come and join. So you and your friends can play together. So
I love it. That's why I was beautiful. Okay. No, it's okay. Let's talk about then. So look, the game's looking different, right? We've seen other racing games, but kind of the way you're using everything together in the ecosystem here, it's a little bit different than what we've seen prior, and I think it will work really well for the chart of the token. So I really like that. But I want to talk about the fact that this is a gamified project to a certain extent. How you're actually planning on marketing it. So we see that you've done your due diligence. You're doing your typical AMA route throughout Telegram. Aside from that, what other aspects of traditional marketing have you already outsourced? And then on top of that, are there any less traditional marketing avenues that you're looking to go with this, since it is a game, right? So things like Twitch, YouTube, things of that nature. So I guess, where do you see the best place to market this and the best strategies to initiate?
Yeah, we'll plan for when the game is live, we plan to use game distribution channels. We have a couple of them. I don't want to mention and advertise them right now, but we have those ones that I don't know if you're familiar with when some apps that you play and a game pops up. Maybe BlueStack. You know BlueStack, right? Right.
Yeah, BlueStack is the that's the overlay that lets me. I use it for when I want to use like Android applications on. Cool. That's correct.
If you notice that BlueStack, you get to see adverts of some games also, right? That you don't know, that they'll be like pushing. So we're trying to use channels like that and you get paid. They're so effective because you get paid per installs, and they're more effective. So we plan to use that traditional means. For Twitch, there's two ways to Twitch. We plan to stream some of our races. We plan to stream it on Twitch and also do adverts with them. And we will be rolling out our press releases and still do more AMAs. And the beauty about this is we can have interconnectivity between other projects. So with the game model for the 7th racetrack, we can advertise race to other crypto projects to come and race within us. So that's one of our the big piece to Raceway X game. So we've actually considered all those traditional means of marketing, and we've had everything covered, so to say. And also, although we are welcome to more ideas, but I can assure you that we have everything thought about.
I mean, listen, it looks like it's always good to hear that a team actually has thought things out and they are going to, less traditional channels. So it looks like you're definitely doing that. I love that. In terms of the car aspect to the project, which is huge and paramount, has that group of people been, or that space been a place that you're looking to kind of infiltrate? Because there's lots of car lovers on Instagram, and even special telegrams associated for that. That can kind of bode well to this project. That's something to consider.
Yeah, actually, we had a plan to target a marketing strategy. I'll give you insight into it. We're going to target geotag. We're going to use geotargeting because we have more people in Australia, more Germans, more of Australia, German, and I've forgotten this country. We have top countries that are really into F1s, right? Car racing, and including US, of course, right? So we're going to geo-target them, and we're going to target audience specific. We're going to use audience specific stuff to target and market the whole game to folks like that have interest in in this niche, so to say.
Yeah, car car lovers are a group of people that's more passionate, I would say, than 99% of other markets. Just car lovers are car lovers are car lovers. If you could find a way to kind of tap into that space, crypto, what have you, you're going to be driving new investors. But at the end of the day, which is what's right, which is what we all want, right? You want to take something, crypto projects that kind of go parabolic. They find a way to find a perfect marriage between crypto and then another passion project for someone, whether it's gaming or cars or or porn or adult industry or food or health and fitness, like we've seen in the last couple of metas. So I think what you have here is you're bringing crypto with two, right? You got gaming and car lovers. So I think you kind of got the perfect marriage there. If you sorry about that, you got the perfect marriage there if you target it correctly. So good on you. What I kind of want to talk about now is the token itself and like investors, right? And what you're planning to do to keep them engaged. When it comes to a BSC token, or really in this market, any token, no matter the chain it's on, people get in, they look for a pump, and they get out. It's just the nature of the beast, right? It's something that can kind of stop the tokens from doing that is the right kind of approach to it. So what is your team planning on doing to incentivize holders to hold longer than the 24 to 48 hours?
Well, okay. It's more of delivering something that people will use, which is one of our core values. So the whole idea that we have is if we work hard, we'll get players to play our game. Orders, people will invest more in the governance token. How will I put this? Let me step back a little bit and explain how the utility of our governance token, so to say. So RaceWayX token will be used for all in-app purchases. So, and for the in-app purchases, we're going to have a stable, we're going to match everything to a stable dollar value. So let's say $20 is for gas, and it's going to be $20. So no matter how the market situation is for RaceWayX, the token itself, you're going to have to match $20 worth of that token to buy anything in the app. Imagine a scenario where you have, let's say, 1,000 players playing that game and having micro buys within the ecosystem. So you're going to have more buying pressure, more greens, right, on the governance token. And people will be, because it's going to appreciate in value when you have those kind of micro transactions with buying pressure, and holders will have the benefit of having increase in value of whatever they are holding, right? So that's the long-term strategy, and the main job on our own side is to, one, create a product that people will play with, which is addictive, which we're about to do now, and also push this product for people to come play. And once we get more people to play, it's going to benefit the holders of regular tokens that are just buying the token for just holding and doing some people just want to make 5x, 10x and go out. But once they see that this is being used, it's working, it has utility, and it's working well, they'll hold and stay and invest, right? And even maybe play the game and buy the NFT also. So my long story short is, in as much as we can't control everything, but the bulk of the job, which we understand, is to get more players to play our game, which will give more value to whoever is holding the token. And since there is more value, they get to earn more. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect answer, my friend. Perfect answer. So I got a couple more questions that will open up to the community, but I'm loving everything I see. So obviously I got to ask you a couple of basic questions. The contract dev, want to tell us a little bit about them? Any experience with them in the past? Is this their first contract, or are they well known? Anything of that nature?
The dev is actually is with us now. So he's our CTO. He works with. He has done a couple of projects. Presently, he is one of the dev at IoTex, the IoTex chain. So he's well versed and I will put it. And trusted also. He has handled bigger project than this. So he's well knowledgeable with coding and everything. And he has he's the lead though. We have another guy that actually supports him. But both of them are good ants, so to say. Yeah.
Sure. Beautiful. Good. And then two more questions. So the contract, is it audited, and will you have anti-snipe, anti-bot features at launch?
Yeah. The contract has been audited by Solid Group, and for bots, we're going to have that placed there. So we won't have those mempool sniping stuff. Yeah.
Sounds good, brother. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I have one last question, but I'm going to save that for after any from the community. So now I will, if it's okay for you, can I open it up to questions from the community?
Sure.
All right, great. And just so everybody listening knows, the top three questions, I will get you guys a whitelist for the project, regardless if they're in text format in main, I'll ask on your behalf, or if you ask them in BC. So as always, if you don't feel like speaking up, just write them in XCC and I will ask. I actually see one from Corral, so I'm going to ask first of all on Corral's behalf, and Corral, you get yourself a whitelist. Nice points on gamers versus crypto marketing, Frank. I have a question similar to that. As far as I understand, you will need to own NFTs to play the game. Will there be in-game assets that don't rely on your owning NFTs? If not, how are you bringing gamers to the project that do not own any crypto assets or wallets? Will the game only be available for people who own your NFTs? Thanks, Corral. Good question.
Thanks for the question. It will require you to have NFT and that's a good point, but we're trying to introduce Web3 to traditional gamers. So, and part of the step to do that is get NFT or get tokens, right? So it is what it is, right? So you just have to get the NFT before you play. And what we've actually done to make we've actually made the entry barrier really low. One, by using BSC, and two, the price of the NFT, the lowest of the NFT won't cost more than $25. So I think, which is really, really fair, even to traditional gamers. I play Call of Duty. They always slam $70, $80 game every 2 months on us, right? And people still play, and you still buy skins, you still buy stuff, which is not less than $25. Which is more than $25. So I think that shouldn't be a barrier to open-minded traditional gamers, so to say.
Yeah, amazing answer, brother. I want to touch on it a little bit. So long-term speaking, I like how it's low cost, but most gamers, what I'm noticing from these gamer guys, they don't have crypto wallets or anything like that. And what makes like something like Call of Duty buying different than crypto, you just have to connect your card and you could buy it like that. With crypto, you have to download a wallet, you have to get crypto assets from somewhere, then add it to that wallet. So it's more steps, and it makes them like, all right, let me do some more research. And then they do more research. Oh, Bitcoin's going down. The crypto market might go down. Why should I make a wallet right now? So most people that's in the gaming industry right now are like kind of skeptical about creating wallets and doing this crypto stuff. So the question was more so steered in the way like, how will you guys get those gamers to play the game that don't have any assets like long term? Starting off, yeah, of course, you might, just have crypto guys in it. But they're only going to bring your project so far if it's just, crypto-minded people who just want to make a profit.
Yeah, honestly, that's a good point that you've actually raised, and I think we'll get back to our drawing board and try and give leverage to those set of people just to accommodate everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, because brother, your game looks fucking amazing, bro. Like you guys put a lot of time and energy into this, Like I haven't saw anything like this. And you shouldn't have to just waste that on crypto investors, It's not that difficult as well to make in-game assets, I'm sure.
It's not actually. Yeah. Thank you for that. Like I said, I'm going to make notes of that and adjust accordingly. Makes sense. Thank you.
Words, brother. This project looks amazing too. Good work on it.
Okay. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Thank you, Corral. Great questions always, my friend. So we had another question come in from Flashy Frank is a question: is the game made in UE5 or Unity? And when will the NFT integration be done? Also, NFTs will be minted in BNB or native currency. So.
Okay. All right. The game is being done on Unity, and what we have right now is WebGL, and we know not everybody will be able to have access to WebGL on mobile phones. Then that's why we'll roll out iOS version and Android version, and all of them will be cross-compatible. So it doesn't matter if you're on mobile, you'll be playing with people on PC, you're playing with people on iOS. That being said, the NFT will be minted. It will be paired with the native token, BNB and BUSD. So we're going to have that three. And once it's going to be dropped a week after the governance token is launched, we already have a platform. Although we don't have anything minted on live, everything has been minted on testnet. But once we launch the governance token, we're going to roll it out and communicate all those steps to our community members once we get to that stage. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, good answer. So that answers that. I think that concludes the answers written in Main. Yes, that's it. All right, so guys, if there's any more questions, now is the time. You can either speak up or ask in Main, or type it out in Main, and I will ask on your behalf. Going once, going twice.
I'm not sure if you answered this already, but what's the pre-sale? How much you guys raising?
Okay, for the private sale, we're trying to raise 70,000, and for the public sale, we're planning to raise about 100,000. Then we'll have this we're going to have an IEO on a SEC platform, which will raise 300,000. So in total, we're looking at almost 500,000 in total. So our plan is really huge. So we'll have.
I got a question for you. You said one of your devs works for IoTex?
Yes, please.
What department does he work in?
Let me have him speak up. Is Pete there? I know he's one of the ambassadors, so. Just a minute.
He's not on this video.
Hassan, are you there? Oh, just dropped off.
I do see two of you in here, I believe. We have
Okay,
yourself.
just really sending me.
Hey, yo, Don, I don't have a question, but I do have a suggestion. Like, one of those, I was just thinking, like, would it be cool about, because this is a racing game, would it be cool if you guys, like, had a place on your website where you could mint, like, a free NFT, and it's just like a basic NFT, generic NFT you could play the game with.
Okay, basic NFT to play with. Okay, yeah, we can have that so people can, like, test it out. Okay. Thank you.
It's like a generic NFT, so like everybody could just buy it. Yeah.
I like that, Corral.
Makes sense. Okay, Hassan said he's one of the ambassadors, not working, but he's one of the ambassadors as a team. So.
All right, thank you for that. So just to clarify for Interceptor's question, asked about IoTex, and the dev is an ambassador for them, correct?
Correct.
All righty, so that is cleared up. It's going to be playable. This is from Flashy Frank. Is the Flashy Frank, is the game going to be playable with multiple cams, or a single cam view?
It's going to be multiple cams. Like I told you, this is just the dots is just the first one. Then you have the actual view with the cars themselves, and you have different camera lengths. So we're planning to have satellite view, planning to have a stadium view, and you're going to have this counter view, which is the dots one that we currently have now.
Gotcha. All right, cool. So that answers that, Mr. Flashy Frank. Is that it for me? All right, cool. So we're going to go back to VC.
Okay. Yeah.
What's up, Adam?
Hey man, what's up? How you doing?
Living the dream, my friend. Happy Saturday. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, awesome. So I was not part of this in the beginning, so I probably missed it. But I'm gonna just go ahead and ask. Um, so sometimes when a game can generate revenue from other sources, it kind of gives more incentive for people to hold the token.
Mhm.
So I don't know, will you be having other sources of revenue, like advertisement, in the game? Like people riding through, and then there can be like a
Mhm.
billboard of Coca-Cola or something,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
but they have to pay for it, and they have to pay by buying the token,
Mhm.
so that increases the value, or maybe they just buy the USD and it's sent as rewards or something. So
Correct.
I'm just
Correct.
I'm just I'm just looking at
Mhm.
how your project can have other sources of revenue, and
Correct.
when people know that that can directly affect um
Mhm.
your earnings.
Mhm.
They're not, because not everybody in, is
Okay.
really interested in playing games. So I don't know if that was something you talked about, or
Yeah,
um
we had thoughts about in-game ads. Let me just share my screen and show you something real quick. But yeah, we actually had thoughts about that, although we won't. We're shying away from having like pushing ads into people's faces. But let me show you what we did. If you check the in-game, we have some small, minute billboards within the system which people can use, but that will be down the road when we have more players and we have high retention rates, which is one of our KPIs. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up, and I just want to let you know that we have that in our thought process, and it will be done down the road. I don't know why I can't share my screen, but I would have loved to show you what we have right now to cater for that when we get to that bridge. Let me just try and see if
okay,
I can.
so yeah, so you've got billboards and all that type of shit. So yeah, I know you probably didn't, were not thinking about this, but so let's say you're gonna do it.
Yeah,
Um, the money for the advert, does it go to you or the community, like I suggested?
yeah. The money will go. We'll have some percentage to the ecosystem, and we have some to the community as well. If you check our what do you call it white paper, we've always distributed uh, community rewards to the community and the ecosystem. So that will still be the same thing. So maybe 60% to the community and 40% to the ecosystem. Right here, right. If you see this one, you see our logos here, Raceway X here. So we plan to have little banners for most of our sponsors or anybody that buys banner time to us on the game itself. So we have those ones.
Yeah, and looking at your screen, I can
Mhm.
see that the cars do not have any sort of branding on it. So, and they, I think I believe that they are NFTs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So one way that you probably might even get some adverts in it, if it's something that you're seriously looking at, is owners of NFTs can contact you and maybe source for adverts, and then they kind of split the profits, split the sums agreed on,
Mhm.
so they can put it on their cars, you know?
That works.
So, so I don't know. Yeah, it's up to
Yeah.
you, bro.
But yeah, that makes sense. And also, let me point this out or let you know about something. We plan to have skins whereby you can have your name on the skin, but that's down the road when the game is like on our phase two of the game mechanics itself. So we're going to have some dynamic. We had some dynamics too the NFTs because they are smart NFTs, right? So we'll be able to change some stuff. Users will be able to add skins, and those skins will be more of maybe VN with names on it and stuff like that. So, for example, Shiba, we can and you have Shiba slammed on your car, so to say.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the advertisement industry, if not mistaken, according to stats, it's like a $500 billion industry. So I think it's something that if you look into and maybe put that on your white paper, show that other people who might not be really into gaming, but can see the business side of things, might just have some sort of interest. So yeah, thanks guys.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's really helpful. We'll have that added too.
Thank you, Mr. Battle Leader. Appreciate that, man. Good question. Any more questions? Now is your time to speak up. I don't see any more in me, so going once, going twice. All right, well, I'm going to ask my final question before I wrap things up. So, first of all, Don, thank you so much for spending some time with us today and going over the project. It's real bullish. It's a lot different. I think you got a lot of moving parts here that are really going to equal a project that everybody benefits from. But I got to ask you, so we kind of touched a little bit earlier on the fact there's kind of a lot of things going on here, right? You got the racing community, you got the crypto community, you got the GameFi community, and you got everything. So when it comes to something like that, you're going to be speaking to people of all different backgrounds, and some who are privy to crypto and some who are not. So let's just say you're at a bar, you're out with your family, your friends, what have you, and someone finds out that you're working on the Raceway X project, and they just ask you to quickly tell them 3 killer features about the project, so why they should invest, regardless if they know about crypto or not. What are you telling them? 3 killer features.
Okay. 1, you're actually buying a token that has real utility. 2, your NFTs are smart NFT, which we don't have much in the market. You don't have NFTs like that, so it's going to appreciate in value due to the way you play the game and not hype. So that's 2. 3, it's a racing game. It's a multi-billion dollar niche, which will grow massively. And 4, the custom race feature. It's so beautiful that it's limitless. You can have a lot of players from other projects to play on Raceway X. So Raceway X will not be limited to Raceway X community alone. And finally, it's going to be a multi-chain project. So you're going to have AVAX, you're going to have BSC, you're going to have Matic. And lastly, we're going to have Ethereum as the final one because it's the godfather of EVM. So with those points, I think that those are killer points for you to key within this because it has foundations, so to say, and it has utility and it's strong. Yeah. Thank you.
Perfect answer, my friend. Perfect answer. Came prepared, and you didn't even know that question was coming. So well done, well done. So you have answered all of my questions, all of the community's questions. We're just about a little under an hour here, but it's been a fantastic AMA. We're looking forward to everything that might come about for this project. Please stick around. Like I said, everybody who works with us, stick around. Continue to keep us updated with any updates regarding your private sale, your pre-sale, your launch times, any promotions that might happen. Keep us involved. I will be sure personally to post and pin everything for you guys, and we will all get involved. But at that, my friend, I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You taking some time today. And any final comments, have at it.
Awesome, Frank. I just want to say thank you guys for giving us the platform to speak with you guys today. And those ideas and suggestions that you've given, super, super helpful. We're going to take this back to the team and brainstorm and have it done. And yeah, thank you. We're looking forward to having you guys as investors and partners. And if you have other contributions, you can always message me or Pete. He has the Raceway X car in his ID. But anyway, thank you guys and have a lovely weekend. Yeah,
guys, I'll see you all later. Have a lovely weekend, like yourself, and be well, guys. Take care. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. Bye bye.